Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Marian. I give you an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you can tell by the title of the video, today we're going to do a little bit of a get ready with me with nothing new. I feel like myself and others included, of course, we're tired of all the new releases. So much makeup. Don't get me wrong, of course I am buying some of the new makeup, but I do still get tired of all the new releases, and I have so much makeup in my collection that I don't get the time to enjoy. So I decided just to do a little get ready with me of using nothing new, and by new I mean nothing that has recently launched, and just stuff that has been probably in your collection for quite some time. I think one or two products are new to me, but they're not new items to the market. Okay, so if you want to hang out with me, put some makeup on and just get ready, then go ahead and keep on watching. All right, so I actually was going to film a different video today, but my Victoria Beckham package has not arrived, and I thought it was going to arrive today, but last I checked, doesn't look like it. Okay, so I'm going to jump into this Hollywood Flawless filter from Charlotte in 5.5. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit here, maybe here. Haven't used this in a minute. I do have the e.l.f. Halo Glow, but I'm gonna use this one because I have been preferring the Halo Glow over this one. I burned myself, so I think I was stepping on the cord and like the curling iron fell and landed right here. It was quick though, so I feel like my burn could have been a lot worse. Okay, so I do enjoy this product. I think it is really pretty, but with how many like dupes there is out there, you can experience the same thing for a cheaper price. Now, is it the exact same thing as the Hollywood Flawless filter? No. You're never going to find an exact dupe. You're just not. I mean, it's very rare that it does happen, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Foundation. 6.0 Natural is the shade I have, and I am going to mix a tiny bit of these Soooo Dewdrops in shade number 3. I just really love mixing the dewdrops with my foundations. It just makes the finish so much prettier. Okay, got my little mixeroo on my fingers here. So I feel like more makeup releases are coming. The only one that I'm like, and not so much excited, more curious than anything really, is the new Pat McGrath cream blushes launch. She is also bringing us, of course, a quad. I feel like her bronzer just got launched not that long ago, so she just didn't give us enough break between the bronzers and now this launch. At least that's how I feel. But I think that's one of the only ones that I'm like a tiny bit excited for and waiting for her to announce. Okay, doesn't my skin just look so pretty? Like my skin, but better. I do enjoy the Traceless Matte Foundation from Tom Ford, but I do enjoy mixing it with the dewdrops because I feel like it almost gives it more of a no makeup kind of finish. Now, if you use a sponge, you could probably get the same effect with the Traceless Foundation from Tom Ford, but yeah, I just really enjoy adding my dewdrops. Okay, we're going to jump into some makeup by Mario. I did recently change all of my like everyday baskets here of makeup. So this is the Soft Sculpt Stick in light medium. I use this more as a contouring shade. It doesn't pull cool, but it pulls like a neutral kind of tone. Also, Do you guys remember me mentioning that my sister gave me this mirror for my birthday last year? I love it. It's so pretty, but I don't use it as good. It's so heavy. And I always see all these people with like super cute mirrors, and I remember I have this one, but it seriously is so heavy and my hand gets tired so fast. But it's so pretty and I love it. Okay, let's use this Sigma brush, the Soft Blend 60, and it does blend fairly easily. If you ever find yourself having a tiny bit of issues with blending, just spray a tiny bit of setting spray on the back of your hand, dip your brush, and then blend. It just kind of gives a little bit of moisture to the product and helps you blend out the product with ease. I enjoy this Makeup by Mario bronzer. It's well, it could be a contouring stick. It just depends on the shade you get and how it pulls on your skin. This one is a tiny bit more neutral on my skin tone, so I use it kind of as a sculpting shade. But I do have the Skin Enhancer in light medium, and I feel like this one, it also pulls neutral, but I'll use it as a bronzing cream today. The formula is so pretty. It's a very sheer formula, but it's so nice. You know what I just realized? I haven't even applied concealer. How could I forget? So I have the Laura Mercier and the Natasha Denona, but I feel like I've been using the Natasha Denona more than the Laura Mercier just because it's newer. So for today we're using the Laura Mercier, and I have it in the shade 2N, which I feel pulls a little bit like peachy yellow, but this is such a good concealer. And of course, because it's not a new product, it's pretty much old news, so not that many people are talking about it, but it's a really good concealer and it's been around for a little bit. Nothing new, but it's new to me and I've been loving it. Okay, Sonia G Mini Base. Cannot believe I almost forgot concealer. My twins are supposed to be napping and they're just, you know, they're so close to being done with naps, and this mama is not ready because that means they will be interrupting me while I'm filming. I mean, it is what it is. It's gonna happen, but I'm just not ready for it, you know? Okay, sorry. My kids are distracting me. I'm sure you can guess how that's going. I did already powder. I used the Makeup Forever pressed powder in Ivory for my under eyes, and then I used the Dominique Cosmetics for my T-zone and the Laura Mercier for the rest of my face, the original Laura Mercier. Okay, so Milk Makeup Cork is the name of this. I know I already powdered, but this formula actually works decently on top of powder. I just put it on the back of my hand and then I dip my brush, which is the Sephora 96, and then I apply it. And I love this one because it has a citrusy scent to it. It's not new. They did come out with some new shades not too long ago, but I didn't order any of the new shades. I just picked this shade up, which I believe is part of their permanent collection or permanent line. But this is a very, very good formula, and as you could see, it works well on top of powder. Okay, base is looking nice. I am now going to add a tiny bit of bronzer, powder bronzer. I don't know yet if I'm going to do my eyes. It all depends, honestly, on my children and if they're actually going to take their nap. Bobby, he went to the store with my oldest because he leaves for work tomorrow, so it's just me and the twins by ourselves. Okay, I pulled out my Tiger palette since they just did that sneaky launch, and I decided to skip because I honestly don't need either of those. I believe in the blush palette, 4 of the shades you can find in the Butterfly palette, and then in the Sculpt palette, I believe some of the shades in that palette are in this palette. I think it's these 2 here. So I'm going to jump into my Tiger palette. This is supposed to be a setting powder for darker complexions, but I'm going to use it kind of as a bronzer shade. I'm going to mix this glowish bronzer in Tan Light. I picked up a different shade because the other one I had to really build it up to even like make it noticeable on my skin tone. What was it? Medium. I think it was the second or third shade. I don't know. Whoa, that's a lot of product. This is the Sigma and Samantha Tapered Contour Brush, and I'm just going to lightly dust this because it looks like I picked up a lot of product. I love the shape of this brush. I think it is my new favorite powder bronzer brush. I know I've seen other people use a similar shape, but I can't remember from which brand. So if you know of a brand that has a brush shaped like this, I would like a backup, but I don't want to buy Samantha Ravindal's brush set again. That's like $120, and I got this on sale. So if you know of any brands that have a brush shaped like this that's fluffy, not morphy, let me know down below. But yeah, I've been loving this brush. It's my new favorite. Okay, I'm going to dig back into the Tiger palette. Let's mix these two blushes. This is the Sonia G Soft Cheek brush, and I'm just lightly dipping into both. I do feel like these are pretty pigmented just because this palette is meant for darker complexion, so you do have to tread softly, but I can definitely make this palette work for me. So pretty. I do own other Hourglass ambient powders. So after the Tiger palette, I purchased this one, which is the ambient lighting powder in diffused light. I think people use this as like a finishing powder, almost to kind of buff out products, but the few times I have used it that way, maybe I'm not using a brush that's fluffy enough, but I don't mind looking glowy, but I feel like it makes me look too glowy. I don't know. So I've been mostly using it as a highlighter, like a very natural, subtle kind of highlighter. Hourglass's powders are so nice. There's definitely nothing like them out on the market. Some that are like it, but an exact dupe, I don't think there is. Okay, we're gonna pick up this Hourglass in diffuse light, the ambient lighting powder. So big fluffy brush from Sigma. This is the F30, and I'm just going to dip my brush in here, and I'm gonna show you the way that people use it. They like basically use it to just give that blurred effect. Can you see the difference between this cheek and this cheek? So like, I get it. My freaking kids. But sometimes I feel like the glow is just too much. But that's just me, you know? And it just gives you like a blurred look. Okay, so now I'm going to add a tiny bit of highlight. I think I'm just gonna go into all three powders from Hourglass. I do have my Dior, is it? Yeah, the Coral Cruise, the new shade, but I've been using that one so much. Like the logo or embossment, whatever, is pretty much gone. You see that? So I have definitely been putting it to good use. We're going to jump into the Tiger palette and also this little. So we're going to start with this one. This I believe is also supposed to be like a setting powder. I use it as a highlight. So I'll mix this along with this one. This one's a tiny bit more icy. Here, I'll show you. I already did a review on this palette, but I just want to show you the difference between the two. Like, you can clearly tell this one's like a highlighter, and then this one It's glowy too, but not like a highlight. Okay, so I'm going to, let's first dip into this one because I want you to see like how this can work as a very beautiful natural kind of highlight. This is the Sonia G Mini Cheek, and let's do on this side. I already have so much glow going on, but you will see that it does add to it. You see that? So pretty and so natural. Okay, now I'm going to jump into this one that's not as metallic, so you can see that one. Same brush. And see how it's just a tiny bit more glowy than this one. Now mixing the two, not so glowy, for in here. Okay, and now I'm going to show you the one that is actually meant to be a highlight. It's a tiny bit more on the gold side for my personal liking, but it's not as yellow. It's not too terribly yellow. I dipped the same brush, but I did tap. I don't use blending highlights all that often anymore. Do you see that? So I always dip gently into that Hourglass's formula. Is so pretty that it melts, see, right into your skin. Okay, my kiddos are not gonna nap today. So I'm going to skip the eyes, but it's okay. This is normally what I would do, and I even went a little overboard with all the powders, but I normally, like on my day-to-day, just curl my lashes. I did go into the Give Beauty Brow Pencil and my Patrick Ta Lamination Gel. I think that Patrick Ta Eyebrow Gel is almost done. I'm not sure if I'll be repurchasing it. It's a good one. I enjoy it, but it's just, you have to work so fast. And I purchased that tube when he first came out with it, and it's drying out. So the older it is and the more dried out it is in the tube, the harder it is to work with. And I feel like sometimes it makes it look like slugs passed through my eyebrows. Okay, so I'm gonna curl my lashes. This is a Revlon eyelash curler. I bought this, how long has it been? I want to say it's been 4, maybe 5 years, and I love it. It's great. It does a perfect job. I have that pretty Tarte one with like the jewels on the handles, and every time I try to use it, it just doesn't work the same. Yeah, so drugstore eyelash curlers have always been my go-to. Every single one, and I think every single one that I absolutely love has been from Revlon. Theirs are just top notch. Okay, and I did have a tiny bit of the Make Beauty Balm Intense lip oil thing they have in their makeup brand, and I'm going to jump into this Victoria Beckham lip liner. They're kind of quiet now. Okay, no, just kidding. Can you hear that? Shade 3 is what I have. Okay, now we're going to jump into this Makeup by Mario. It's his Moisture Glow liquid. It's like the liquid version of the Moisture Glow. I have the shade Soft Blush. I honestly forgot I had this and haven't used it as much as I've been using the Rare Beauty. It's so small that it got lost in my basket, in my everyday makeup basket, so it's not my fault, you know? But I have been enjoying these. This Makeup by Mario and the Rare Beauty are definitely different. Not the same, they're definitely different. Okay, we are just about done. I am going to jump into the Tiger palette real quick. I'm going to pick up this shade. Going to use this detail shader brush from Sigma with the Samantha Ravenel little collaboration. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glow here in the inner corner just to make my eyes pop a tiny bit, and then on my brow bone, and then we'll be done because I need to go grab my kiddos from their room. I honestly don't know what they're doing. I can't see them on the monitor to see if they're in their bed. By the way, we switched them to toddlerettes so that, you know, and then they don't have access to the drawers, so they can't make a mess. Okay. All right, but this is it. This is the final look with nothing new. Next time I'll have to like go and show you what items I pick out, but I'm basically using my little basket bins here, and I'll show a picture of what I mean. And I just pull out makeup from my collection every 2 to 3 weeks. Honestly, it just depends, and pull out stuff that I haven't used in a while, and then that way I get to use them for like a couple of weeks straight and get use out of the makeup that I already own in my collection. I think today the focus is definitely the skin, giving it that glow. I feel like my makeup looks very not natural but glowy. Love it. Absolutely love it. Hourglass. I did not understand the hype around it until I tried it. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed me playing around with makeup that's not new, because we're just getting non-stop new makeup and it's like, you know? Okay, my lovelies, well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. All the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it truly means the world to me. And with that being said, I would love it if you gave this video a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm of hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. Okay, I will see you all on the next video. Bye.